I told them that they could wear a sprig of fall today, and I found a sprig in my closet. So, we welcome you to the concert. So good afternoon. What a lovely day we have out there today. So welcome to the Thornapple Wind Band's first concert of the season. My name is Julie Kuhn, and I am thrilled once again to announce the music for this talented group. Today's program features a wide-ranging collection of works that reflect themes of celebration, peace, and the human spirit. From the ceremonial dignity of To the Colors to the exuberant energy of Frank Kelly's Joy, today's concert promises to engage and inspire listeners of all ages and celebrates the many forms that joy can take, whether through reflection, excitement, or nostalgia. We hope you walk away feeling inspired and connected. Our conductor, Joan Bosser-Trotter, will lead today's musical journey. Wasn't that a beautiful little piece? We're going to talk more about this a little later. The band's first full-length piece is To the Colors by John Edmondson. Mr. Edmondson is known throughout the world for his more than 700 publications in the field of band and educational music, training the young musicians of today. He taught public school music for 10 years in the central Kentucky area, where he wrote extensively for his own students, and he freelanced as a writer for various university and high school marching bands. His personal interests include philosophy and political economic theory. We hope you enjoy today's opening musical piece. Joy, composed by Frank Kelly, is described by him as a boisterous, uninhibited quality of music and was inspired by a single event, the birth of our first child. The intense feelings that most any father would feel on such a day were, in my case, accompanied by a simple little tune which grabbed hold of me in the hours preceding her birth and refused to let go throughout that day and many days thereafter. Indeed, until I jotted it down in my sketchbook, it did not release its grip. Above all, joy is an expression of its namesake, simple, unabashed joy. May you feel his joy during the playing of this tune. The band's next piece, Benediction by John D. Stevens, will be played in memory of 3 former band members who passed away this year. Dave John Klopfenstein, a talented trumpet player, played in the MSU Marching Band, Hastings City Band, and the Thornapple Wind Band as an adult, and sang for many years in the Lakewood Area Choral Society. Harry Wallen, talented baritone player with the Thornapple Wind Band and Hastings City Band, who loved music and enjoyed singing in the Lakewood Area Choral Society. And John D. Amundsen Sr., Colonel, United States Air Force, retired, and a former pilot of the U-2 spy plane. He started playing bugle in the Decorah Kilties Drum and Bugle Corps and Aviation Cadets. He played sousaphone in high school, and after many years of musical inactivity, at the age of 73, he decided to learn to play the phonium. He performed with his wife in the Thornapple Wind Band, the Marshall Rotary Band, and the Kellogg Community College Band. May their musical spirit live on in our hearts.
Before we start this, we'd like to recognize the contribution of those members that were in this group and many musical groups in the community in the area who have passed. And also, I know we have some family members out there and their loved ones, so we appreciate so much that you are in the audience today. And this piece was unknown to me. Two of the people who have passed away played euphonium. And I was listening to different music over the summer, and I listened to this piece, and I thought, this is perfect. So it is with great thankfulness in our hearts that we perform this piece.
music of Eric Morales, hailing from Florida but born to a street cop from good old New York, New York, has a unique melodic and harmonic vocabulary that appeals to audiences. His many published works encompass a large variety of styles and settings and have been part of featured performances across the globe. A good portion of Mr. Morales' work focuses on achieving a balance between artistic and educational literature. Sunburst by Eric Morales can be described as awe-inspiring moments after a thunderstorm with streaks of sunlight jetting toward the horizon. A virtual lyrical inspiration. Enjoy this inspiring piece.
I had that planned. And you should never trust me with a weapon. Okay.
And this is why you probably shouldn't sit in the front row. Do you remember that bit of music that we played at the beginning? Well, this is kind of the part two. The Thornapple Wind Band is programming a concert of folk songs for the February concert. As a preview played by the band, the Horkstow Grange is the tale of a miserly farmer and his cruel foreman and how they met justice meted out by a lowly wagoner on market day. That's it. Short announcement for a short piece of music.
Just collecting my sense.
Okay, now's the time if we could have Jordan Brown come to the stand, and he's going to talk to you for a little bit. Nice tie, by the way.
The Thornapple Wind Band is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to bring wind band music to the community while giving adults the opportunity to combine their musical talents with others. We pay for performance space, rehearsal space, music, supplies, and the professional services of our conductor. We are able to afford these because of dues paid by our members and contributions made at concerts. Please, give what you are able so we can continue to bring experiences like today in the future. We thank you for your generosity.
While we're passing the hat, I forgot to have a flute and a clarinet soloist from the piece Sunburst stand up, so why don't you stand up right now for your applause? And he stood up so quickly and then sat down, I'm not sure that you saw, we got to applaud enough for our euphonium soloist on benediction, so why don't you stand up? And there's more solos coming up in the next section.
All right, band, you ready to take just a quick little break? I've got a story. Carl Lawrence King, composer of The Trombone King, was a self-made American composer, band leader, and proud owner of the most neatly trimmed mustache in band history. Born in Paintersville, Ohio, he was raised on a diet of corn, his father's tuba music, and the faint hope of one day being allowed to do something other than sell farm equipment. After being politely asked to leave school, he got bored. Carl took up the baritone horn and hit the road with circus bands because nothing says respectable music career like performing next to elephants and juggling clowns. By the time he was 20, He was composing marches that could wake the dead and put fire in the feet of even the laziest trombonist. Sorry, guys. King eventually wrote over 100 marches and screamers, whatever they are, including the rousing, dramatic Barnum and Bailey's Favorite in 1913, which is basically the national anthem of anyone who's ever played in a small-town parade band or worn a feathered hat, unironically. His pieces are known for being either A, fun and toe-tapping, B, incredibly hard to play after eating a funnel cake, or C, the bane of French horns everywhere. Despite never finishing high school, King went on to lead the Fort Dodge Municipal Band in Iowa for decades, which just proves you can make it big without calculus. He also advocated for the preservation of community bands in America, even when most towns thought a kazoo quartet would suffice. Today, Carl King is remembered not just for his music, but for showing us that even if you run away to join the circus, you might still become a legend, especially if you bring a baritone. Fun fact, there's a bridge named after him in Fort Dodge, Iowa. It doesn't play music, but we like to think that it hums a march when no one's listening. Are you thoroughly rested, band? Good. Let's honor the legend. Guess you can't really be a lazy trombonist and play this song, can you? The band's final musical piece, Up, is the film score to the 2009 Disney Pixar film of the same name, composed and arranged by Michael Giacchino. The message of the film is that the real adventure in life is the relationship we have with other people, and it's so easy to lose sight of the things we have and the people that are around us until they are gone. The moral values in the Up film are courage, hope, respect, and love, because those values instill in us the fortitude to move forward in the face of adversity and loss. We hope you enjoyed today's concert. We look forward to seeing you all again for our next concert on December 14th, same time, same place, and surprise, we'll be joined by the wonderful Lakewood Kroll Society. So bring your friends, family, neighbors, everyone you know. It's going to be a great musical experience. We hope you enjoy the joy of today's music and that you'll bring it with you until we meet again. Now for the music of Up.
Yes, come to the concert in December. We want to fill all the seats in this auditorium. It'd be wonderful. Bring all your friends and neighbors. Dr. Oster's in the audience right there. We're gonna have a great concert, aren't we? It's a lot of fun. It's even more fun than me throwing my baton.
Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming.